back up. Jealous eyes see me rack up. Once flake load that track up, competition start to slack up. So severe, listen here as I get my point clear. Whackness disappear when I destroy your career. Your baby mama steady jocking, got me in heavy rotation. Flames radio spinning, the realest radio station. Devastating the minds with lyrical programming. Even people who don't like rap say, understanding there is no need for explanations. Got the drink and the smoke, so continue the celebration. Players be situated to stop anyone hating your talent, exaggerating. I'm the one who deflating, not the world relating to this moment I'm making. For those who patiently waiting, smell the cake that I'm baking. Bro is sick with the flow, and this is all I know. It's always a go, and they never say no.
Yeah, welcome back to Unpopular Honesty, the home of brutal honesty and real hip-hop music. Doing a little something different today. We are chilling with photographer extraordinaire, video directing genius, and artistic genius, Terrance Matthews. What's going on, brother?
What's up with it, bro?
Chilling, man. What you got going on, man?
Man, you know, as you can see, you know, I got my art, man, going on. You know, my charcoal drawings and my paintings, whatnot, what I'm working on, bro. So I'm mainly focusing on my artistry. You know what I'm saying, as far as, you know, art and going back to my roots. You know what I'm saying, and you know, just a little bit of something, you know, here and there. You know what I'm saying, trying to perfect my craft.
I feel that, man. I don't know where to begin, man. So I'm gonna start with the music, and then we're gonna take it to the art. Okay. As far as music is concerned, who does T-Mac listen to?
T-Mac, who do I listen to? Well, I mean, I'm more of a, you know, late 80s, early 90s, you know, all the way to the 2000 type, you know what I'm saying, listener or whatnot, because I love lyricism. I love, you know, storytelling or whatever. So, I listen to Tupac every day, you know. Tupac, I listen to Ice Cube, you know what I'm saying. I listen to pretty much everybody. Kendrick, you know, J. Cole, anybody that can come to my mind, you know. Bone Thugs, that's some, you know, the old Bone Thugs or whatever, even, you know, some for today or whatnot, and, you know, Zero, you know what I'm saying. So it's pretty much, you know, a lot of artists that I do listen to, and I do, you know, I get inspired by, and that's how I, you know, do my work or whatnot. So I get inspired by the music and the things that I listen to, things that I see, and it really just, you know, pumps me up, man, actually, you know, do some good work, bro. So, and, you know, even my friends, you know, that I listen to today, you know what I'm saying, that we, you know, Big E, of course, Flames Wordsmith, and Mabu, and of course you, Cornbread, you know what I'm saying, On More for Life, you know how we started. So,
yeah. Well, outside of music, what else inspires you? Because I see that you're a reader and you read books. Is there any books that inspire you to be great that you read or you own?
It's a lot of books out there, man, that really do, you know, inspire you to at least, you know what I'm saying, trying to, you know, perfect your craft. I got the autobiography of Malcolm X, and, you know, that's pretty much everybody has that, you know, autobiography of Malcolm X. I got From Babylon to Timbuktu, you know, tell you about the history of the Black Hebrews. Of course, the Bible, you know what I'm saying, it just tries to make me fix whatever I'm missing, you know what I'm saying, whatever I know I'm wrong on, so, and correct that. Man, it's a lot of books, you know, what's that, Rich, what is called, Rich something, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, something like that.
I heard about that.
Yeah, that's a good book to read, man, and I mean, pretty much, you know, I'm a history buff, so I'm pretty much, you know, like things like that, you know what I'm saying? Especially like autobiographies to see where people come from, you know, people that, you know, they was in the gutter, you know, they was doing street stuff, or, I mean, just growing up poor, stuff like that, and you just seeing the type of person that they are, that they, you know, transform into, you know what I'm saying, at the end, or, you know, at the end of their life, man, and they actually inspire people to change their lives, you know what I'm saying, because, you know, it ain't about where you from, man, it's about where you're going, you know what I'm saying, because you can say, everybody say they from the hood, but at the end of the day, you know, it's all about where you're going, and it's all about change, it is. Anybody can change, man, through all this dirt, you know what I'm saying, so, yeah.
What do you think about women in 2022? In specific, what do you think about black women in 2022?
I'm gonna say the majority of them, not all of them, but the majority of them are, you know, they are, you know, lost individuals, emotional, you know, they have a lot of power, they do. You know, black women, they have a lot of power, and I think it's a lot of confusion. It's a lot of confusion. You know, you have like feminists, you know what I'm saying, and you know they have a lot of black women have a feminist mind, and they really like, you know, F that guy, you know, F that nigga, I don't need him, you know, type attitude. And that's not cool, you know, that's not the roots where we come from. You know, we don't come from the roots of demonizing a man or nothing like that, you know, and even black men, you know, we don't come from the roots of demonizing our woman at the end of the day. But our black women, man, they do have some strong black women out there, you know, but a lot of them can't have a voice because everything is, all good women are just like, it's like a tidal wave just come through, knock them over with, because you have, you know, women with, you know, like you have twerking, you have women that just have foul mouths, you know, curse like a sailor. And, you know, that's not being feminine. That's not having a feminine spirit, because a lot of these women nowadays, they have a masculine spirit. They want to be men. And I think that's wrong, because we fell off our order of how we really supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? We have examples. We had examples before, you know, before anything. That's why our grandmothers and our great-great-grandmothers treated their men the way they were supposed to be treated, instead of listening to a feminist who say man ain't shit. And there it is. So a lot of women that are leading today are followers of other women from other cultures. So we fell off a long time ago when we started following other cultures. You know what I mean? And that's where we are today. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we lost. We lost people.
I have a question for you, and let's see if you can answer it. Why do black people would rather look rich than to actually be rich?
Why would black people look rich?
Why would black people want to look rich as opposed to actually being rich?
I think a lot of people would like to look rich because of what we see. What we see other cultures do, or anything that come out, everybody want to stunt. Everybody want to, you know, like, you know, Jordans, you know what I'm saying? We come from a rich culture anyway, but the way we demonize our own culture is like, it's bad, because we come from royalty. We can make our own things. We make these people products look superb, when we the ones that make them rich, instead of us making our own brands look rich. And these people know these things, you know what I'm saying? But we look good in those things. We look good in them. And that's why we wanna stunt, you know, just like, you know, with the gold chains, you know, we don't even buy from our own people as far as like jewelry stores because we don't own those jewelry stores. But that gold looks good on us. That platinum look good on us. And they know that. And they can sell it to us for a dumb price. And it might not even be real. You know what I'm saying? But we make it look good. What boys say, fake it till you make it. And I understand that at the same time, but we need to stop. We need to stop trying to look rich. If you look at Bill Gates and them, man, richest people in the world, Elon Musk, look how they dress. They get a shirt from Walmart. You know, and they wearing regular jeans. You know, they have on some New Balance shoes. New Balance ain't probably but $80, you know, nowadays, you know, probably even more than that, because you have, you know, other brands that they collaborate with. But other than that, I think we just want to stunt. We want to look good because we do look good wearing those things. But at the same time, we got to know our value and wear our own thing, because anything that we wear, we bless. Point blank period. Because we are blessed people, but we are cursed people too. So I mean, that's something we, you know, it's all about yourself, your self-image. You know what I'm saying? Of course, yeah, I want to rock suits. I want to do all that. But at the end of the day, you know, we gotta find a way to get out of rocking other people's brands. And that's cool if you wear polo and, you know, heel figure and all that other stuff. But at the same time, man, you know, go holler at your brother that do tailor. He tailor suits. Go holler at your brother that, you know, sells shirts and polo shirts and stuff like that. But some people, you know, you can't do business with. And I understand that, because you can't do business with a lot of people. But at the same time, we need to figure that out. You know, it's cool it's, you know, $5,000 for a shirt. I ain't about to do it. I mean, but if that's your style, that's what you do, that's what you do. I ain't gonna hate on that. You know what I'm saying? That's part of you, part of yourself, you know, of you building up your self-esteem.
I have a question that's music related, and I have to ask this.
Here we go.
Somebody made an asinine statement to the effect of NBA YoungBoy is this generation's Tupac. And my response to that was,
Let me take a sip.
Does he have a Dear Mama or Keep Your Head Up in his catalog? Is there a museum about his life and legacy? Are there college courses on his life and his lyrics? The answer to all those questions is hell no. So how can he be this generation's Tupac if he doesn't even have the credentials?
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion, but I want to ask you, has there been any rapper that could fill those shoes, if possible?
Nah, at this point in time, I don't feel that I can't compare NBA YoungBoy to, you know, Tupac or Maru Shakur. I can't compare Lil Baby to him. Maybe certain aspects, but as far as a full man, as far as a 25-year-old, for 20 years old to 25, as far as his whole life, I can't. That's something that, you know, these cats, a lot of them are younger than Pac, but Pac, you can't compare that to that. That's like comparing a
Honda to a Bentley. Because if we were outside and a Honda and a Bentley pulled up side by side, we would not compare the two vehicles.
Yeah, you not, and you know, just the way he said things, you could tell through his interviews that he was talented. He was intellectual. He was man, everything. He was I guess you say he was a genius. He was damn near a prophet. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's like comparing a person, the Dalai Lama, to the Messiah. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? That's wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's wrong. That's something you can't compare that, because he ain't walking them shoes. He ain't walking them footsteps. NBA young boy, you know, I have respect for these, the kids, the rappers of the day, these artists of the day. But at the same time, bro, that's disrespectful. Like, at this point, because you can't do what he did. I'm not saying you can't never get there, but the things he did, it was for a purpose, it was for a reason, it was for a good reason. He was a kid. Y'all kids too, but at the same time, man, you can't fill those shoes. Son of a Black Panther, you know what I'm saying? The president of the new age, who was that? Black Panthers. Come on, man, you can't compare that. Yeah, you just, that's something you can't do. Shot 2 off-duty cops for a good reason. You know what I'm saying? Shot them both, and he can shoot. You know what I mean? They set the man up just like they did Chairman Fred Hampton. Chairman Fred Hampton died at 21. They shot through his whole apartment. You know what I mean? Like, you can't compare that. Nowadays it's more so of a follow. Everybody want to follow everybody.
Do you believe that rap, the profession of rap, is the most dangerous profession in the world?
Yeah, it's one of the. I think you say profession, meaning a job. Yeah, I think it is, because of the direction that we're in right now. The state of where we're in.
I just want to bring something to your attention, because it's something somebody brought to my attention. Every rapper doesn't have the same set of problems.
Right.
Every rapper does not have to deal with certain things that you see other people go through.
Right.
You know who deals with stuff? The people who put themselves in compromising positions.
Right.
The people who, they pretend this lifestyle of gangster. And the problem is, you got that in an entertainment world,
right,
where street and entertainment world don't mix.
Right.
Then you got the internet and social media, which can be a dangerous place for anybody, regardless of what occupation you do.
Right.
But for rappers, it's even more intensified, because you have fans in the midst of people who don't like you.
Yeah.
And all of them could be on your page watching you at the same time.
Right.
Which is why all these things that be happening in the streets happen in the streets.
Right.
Because people put themselves in positions to do that. But
right,
now, there's a bunch of rappers that I can name who have never been caught up in that situation, who don't have to deal with those situations. Their music does not depict violence or drugs or anything of the matter. Mm-hmm. They get their show money. They make their money off their record sales, and they go home and they chill. Right. And you don't hear about them in the news. Right. So when people say it is the hardest job in America, that's for the rappers that put themselves in positions.
Right. Because what they say, power of the tongue. Whatever you speak on, that's what you gon', you know what I'm saying, eventually have to fight against. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got drill rap. I mean, all you hear about them talking about is, popping nigga head off.
Well, that's what it's based on.
Yeah.
It's all based on that.
Exactly. It's a drill.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, that's why I be like, I can't get with people who listen to that, because, my life is not about killing people. I'm not a killer. So I can't relate to that. I'm not going to listen to, shoot 'em up, bang, bang, murder, death, kill all day. And my life, I'm not killing nobody. You know what I'm saying? So I don't relate to that. That's just me, though. Do you feel like R&B in 2022 is dead?
It's not the same R&B.
Oh, I could tell you why. I could give you one big glaring reason why it ain't the same. You ready for this one?
Go ahead.
the king of R&B just got 25 years in prison.
Yeah. 30.
30 years in prison. Okay, my bad. 30 years in prison.
Yeah.
But without his contribution, R&B has been suffering tremendously because he didn't just produce hit records for himself. He produced records for everybody.
Yeah.
And without that talent, there's a hole in R&B.
Yeah.
Because now we're looking around to see who fills the shoes.
Right.
And we can't find nobody to fill the shoes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
you know.
I mean, and that's the thing, man. Like, it's just like, okay, you had a rap game and you have R&B. You have conscious rappers and you have industry rappers. You have industry R&B singers and you have conscious R&B singers and you have neo soul singers. But the industry only want the industry. They already know who they want to put out there to put this plan out there to confuse people's minds. The R&B industry, all they talking about is sex, fucking. That's it. That's all they talking about. And then you got, sex, drugs, all that stuff. Then you got the industry rappers that's talking about what? Killing your own brother, sex, drugs. They're talking about exactly the same thing. And the industry rappers are sounding like the industry so-called R&B singers. And it's like, it's nothing new. Everybody sound like everybody. It's no innovation. It's like, damn, the rapper can't get with Anthony Hamilton to go ahead and knock that hook off. I mean, it's nothing wrong with you singing your own hook because you have to, you don't have the money. You probably don't have the money to get a Anthony Hamilton or Music Soul Child, a Jill Scott, you know what I'm saying, a Erykah Badu. You probably don't have the money because, everybody is talking about money. But at the end of the day, when you think about all the rappers sound alike. All of them is singing. And it's just, point example, Drake. Drake has a nice voice. He do. But I can say, okay, yeah, it's hip hop, but he's a pop hip hop artist. That's what he is. A pop rapper. He's a pop rapper. Kind of like when MC Hammer came on the scene and you was like, man, that boy MC Hammer was in that thing. He was dancing.
Nah. But I can't compare that.
But no, but I'm talking about just the like the music.
No, I can't even compare that. Drake is a R&B pop singer.
Yeah,
he's not a rapper. I don't care if people wrote raps for him and he sound good when he rapping. The majority of his albums, if you listen to them, they're R&B. They're songs where he's singing.
Right.
So he's an R&B artist.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're talking about rap and you bring his name up, I'm sorry, but his name doesn't fit in a hip hop conversation.
Yeah, I can't.
Now, where the comparison with MC Hammer and Drake, I do agree with is they were both pop stars, meaning they were popular. They had major sales, and a lot of people liked their music.
Right.
I agree with that part of it because they were both, pop culture celebrities. People like them, whatever. But Drake is not a rapper. And he's never made anything of significance in his entire career. So, with that being said, I mean, do you consider the quote unquote rappers of today who sing, do you consider that rap? Because rap stands for rhythmic American poetry, and rhythm and blues is R&B. But now, when you got rappers who are singing and people still calling that rap, I get a little confused. I say, that ain't rap. Like, for instance, Drake, Future, Rod Wave, Roddy Ricch, Mo3. None of these people are rappers. I ain't never heard them rap. I listen to their music. Yeah. They not rappers. They sing, they use melody, so they are singers. They're not rappers.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that much?
I can agree with it, you know, halfway, and then I can say okay, cause it, you know, people say, well, I think as far as this generation, as far as this generation goes, but I can say they're a rapper, but I can't say it's hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are a rapper. That's what you do. But you can sing a little bit. That's fine. But you're more so on the R&B hip hop tip. You know what I'm saying? That's what you own. That's what they own, you know, and damn near like rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? Damn near like rock and roll, because they speaking of the same thing that rock and roll is talking about: heavy metal, drugs, sex, you know what I'm saying, popping all that stuff. It's like all that stuff is in a whole gumbo pot. But I can't say it's the blues. I can't say it's the blues. I can't say it's hip hop. But they are rappers. You know what I'm saying? Even though some of them, they do sing the blues. They sing the blues, and you can hear it in they voice and they sound and some of their lyrics. But you have like rappers like Future. I think Future was more like what Drake is. He was like a pop. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Consider Drake. I don't consider Future a rapper.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I'm splicing it down. Yes, he can rap, but he's not hip hop like that. Hip hop, I say, is Nas, Jadakiss. You know what I'm saying? Those are hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop rappers. That's the hip hop culture. Wu-Tang Clan. That's hip hop.
Right.
But a rapper, that's like your your occupation. Your occupation is a rapper, but you are not hip hop. You are pop hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You putting that together because you are a pop hip hop rapper, but you're not a hip hop rapper.
How do you feel about people who make this, you know, because every time you talk about music, even people listening to this conversation are probably saying, well, the people he said hip hop is old. How do you feel about this young, old thing that's in rap? Because people always love to say, oh, you old, or you know, this age or whatever. But the truth be told is the best rappers are in their late 30s, 40s, and 50s. Right. Because they have the most to say, the most skill, the most experience. And everybody whack is under the age of 30, because nobody under the age of 30 has a classic anything. Yeah. Album, verse, song, anything. Yeah. But because they're in this new era and they get some sales and they feel like they have a big enough fan base, people feel as if they're the better rappers. They're, you know, I've heard people say, oh, the rappers of today are way better than the 90s, which I would never say that, because the 90s produced classic hip hop. Yeah. Today's generation produces nothing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Nothing.
Dumpster juice.
Yeah, I mean, let me tell it. Yeah. Today's generation makes a doorknob look like a scholar with degrees. Damn. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, you gotta take the gloves off sometime, and you gotta be brutal about it. And I don't give a fuck about being brutal about it. You know me, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done lost friends that I done had for over 20 years based on my hardcore opinion of people's music. And do you think I care? No, I don't. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna continue to tell the truth because, for one, I'm not being paid by these artists to pander them in their music. Yeah. For two, I'm not trying to keep up with the times. I don't give a fuck if people call me old. I don't give a fuck if what you call me. But one thing you can't call me is someone who does not know what real music is. Because that I do know. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I wanted to ask you was, how do you feel about the ageism that exists only in hip hop? Because you don't hear about this in no other genre of music.
Right. I mean, I think it's BS. I mean, you look at rappers like, you know, that started out when they was 18, like Snoop. You look at Nas. You look at Jay. You know what I mean? You look at all these guys. A lot of them guys we grew up under listening to. A lot of those guys are 50 years old. 45. You know what I'm saying? So
and still putting out quality music.
It's still putting out quality music. You know what I'm saying? So we can't say, and this is the thing, people cannot say that because they are artists. You know what I'm saying? You can't say that, and they put out quality music. A lot of them are just businessmen behind the scenes. You know what I mean? And they, helping these, young cats putting out certain music. But at the same time, you can't say anybody that hasn't made it to their peak yet in this industry, you can't say they old, bro. That's like me drawing, they have a whole bunch of talented artists out there. But at the same, when you look at it, what they gonna say? I'm old because I'm at an age where I'm done. How you gonna say I'm done? You can't say that man is done or anybody is done. They are artists. That's like you at your job. You an operator, and they say, "Oh man, you 50. You're an old man." Well, if you don't know the shadow, how you gonna know the future? Right. You have to know the past before you even go forward. You know what I mean? So it's stupid for people to even say that. They just they trying to knock you off your dream, your goals in life, something you can accomplish. Because if you support it, maybe I can reach my goal. You know what I'm saying? We don't never say they too old to, do whatever they doing. You don't tell a drug dealer, man, you too old. You too old to be selling drugs. That drug dealer gonna wake up one day and say, man, you know what? I'm about to invest this money. I'm about to start a business. And he been having a business. It just wasn't what he was, something that was legal, legitimate. Now he grew up. You know what I'm saying? He grew up. But as far as being a artist, a rapper, a musician, you can't never say that. You never know when somebody gonna just pop and blow up. Straight up.
Well, before we get up out of here, is there anything you would like to say to anybody?
Man, shout out to my boy, my boo, my business partner, man, for Alive and Free. Shout out to Big E, Flames, Wordsmith. We still doing it for you. Playmaker, you know what I mean? Cage, you know what I mean? All my boys, man, that's the regime or whatnot. Cornbread, the Green Ranger, you know what I'm saying? Man, anybody I forgot, hey man, y'all boys stay strong, man, represent the struggle, keep doing y'all thing, man. Anybody, that's sincere out there, hey man, it's time to get right, bro. It's time to get right, man. My people are destroyed with a lack of knowledge, man. Just let's try to do this, man, and do it righteous, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I got, man. It's alive and free, man. Straight up. Anything is possible.
Already, man. Yeah. On behalf of Mr. T. Matthews, my name is Cornbread Capone. This is Unpopular Honesty, home of brutal honesty and real hip-hop music. Until next time, everybody, peace and love, because that's what the world needs, man.
Straight up.